welcome guys. We've decided to do a rig rundown on all the cars and so you can have a bit of a look at what all the cars have got that we're currently running in the group. Excuse the wind today guys, it's pretty foul weather today, so you'll have to bear with me. Hope you can hear me. But this one's my one. This is a 1999 GU Patrol TI. We bought it about 4 or 5 months ago, roughly 500,000 Ks on it. It had the TB45 motor. Everything was fine, but the motor was full of oil leaks and it had never been off-road. It had been owned by the one family and it was just used as a commuter. And so we got stuck into it pretty quickly. So we'll start with, we'll go around the car and I'll just show you sort of what everything's sort of running. So we put the seats out of a G6E Turbo in. They fit really well and nice and comfortable. A big upgrade on the original seats, that's for sure. It's running the GME XRS Connect UHF, which we've pretty much got in all the cars now and really happy with. Go to the back, all the interior is pretty standard really, just the rear jump seats are out. And it's just got a 6-litre air compressor tank, just the King's twin air compressor. I've got a twin battery system on this one. Then it's not a dual battery, like there's not an auxiliary battery, they're both linked on all the time. It's just an extra battery just to keep up with the winch. That's our tank for the water meth system. We're just having a bit of an experiment with that because obviously when you're off-road you haven't got a whole lot of airflow, and we're finding that we're getting a lot of heat soak through the whole intake system. We're getting intake temps of anywhere like up to sort of 80 degrees at times, and so far now with the water meth I can't get it over 35 degrees no matter what I try to do to it. So far really happy, but it's early days. We only literally got it working just the other day. So yeah, keep going around the car. Oh, the tyres are just 35-inch. They're called Blackline mud terrains. They're just some of the cheapest tyres I get my hands on. They're just on some dynamic wheels with a neg 22 offset. Nothing's changed around the back, all pretty standard. There's driver's seat. We've got the Powertune digital dash installed, but we'll fire that up later and I'll give you a bit of a look at that. And you can see how that all works, but really happy with that so far. We've got the snorkel from In-House Fabrications. Obviously it's a right hand snorkel to suit our engine conversion, and yeah, it was a really nice snorkel, happy with that one. So the motor we'll get to, because we'll put it up on the hoist. We'll go over everything in detail, and I'll give you all the specs on everything to do with the motor. All right, we'll be back on shortly. Okay, so we're back inside the car now. I just thought I'd quickly show you the rest of this Powertune dash. So there it is. Obviously the car's not on at the moment, but you've got a bunch of selectable dashes. You can customize all of these. So here's all your 4 dashes you can do. Obviously I've only set up just the one for myself. Show you how responsive it is, so this one goes off the CAN bus, not off your OBD, so you get extremely fast response rates, unlike the OBD ones. The CAN bus are a hell of a lot quicker. So as you can see, the response rates are a hell of a lot better. So here's the motor. So the engine's out of we bought a 2009 G6E front cut. So with that gave us everything we needed for the conversion, which was ECU, the loom, the motor, the ZF box, That was pretty much all we took out of the front cut, I think. So it's still running the standard FG turbo. It's got 1000cc injectors. It's got a Walbro 255 litre per hour intake pump. We've got the alternator relocation kit from Castlemaine Rod Shop. We had a lot of dramas with that in the beginning. The first bracket that we came with, I've actually got it here, was on the car literally about 50 kilometers. And I hope you can see that in the camera. But the bracket bent. It was just really poor quality steel and very thin. And then anyway, they ended up sending us a whole nother bracket made of completely different steel and a lot thicker, and that seemed to fix the problem. We also had dramas with their inlet pipe for the power steering. It was too small a diameter and it was starving the pump. We went through about 3 power steering pumps setting that up in the end because we couldn't work out what it was. And in the end we realised their kit is just quite poorly designed. So we ended up having to change the inlet for the pump and yeah, get the bracket made a lot stronger. And since then we've had no dramas. Alright, sorry, and getting back, so we've got the Bunnings door stopper to block off the old valve with a Plasma Man, just a Plasma Man throttle body pipe there, because apparently the standard plastic ones are pretty prone to cracking, so we went with one of them. The intercooler is just a pretty cheap and nasty Aeroflow intercooler. We just made the piping up ourselves. It works, it's not too bad. There's the water meth injector right there. And have a quick look at the winch. So the winch is made by guys called MCB, I think they were. Yeah, MCB, I think they were. So it's just a worn high mount. It's been fully rebuilt, all the seals have been replaced and the bearings have been replaced. It's been powder coated, electroplated brake. It's got a heavy duty shaft and cam gear, free spool delete. It's got rope. It's got an Albright solenoid. It's braced. The Roadrunner bullet motor and a heavy duty brake. For the air filter, we've got the Demon Pro Parts air filter, which joins in just through the guard there to the snorkel. We've got an 8 psi actuator on the turbo. We changed all the oil feed and water feed lines over to braided hose. We've just reused the FG fans, just zip tied them onto the GE radiator, which isn't great, but it hasn't let us down so far, and it's cheap, so good for us. With the turbo motor, all we did was just the sort of standard stuff that everyone seems to do, which is oil pump gears. We did valve springs. We changed the timing chain sprockets and also put a new chain on. And we're using PCMTEC for all the tuning, which is really good because they've got their, you can have multiple tunes with the standard PCM, which allows for all sorts of things, and we're using for our water meth. But you could world your oyster, you can do as much with that system as you like, but highly recommend it. And then up the front we've just got a transmission cooler there, and we've got, I don't know if you can see in there, but we've got a little power steering cooler there too. And that's it for the engine bay. Alright, so we'll start at the rear of the car. So suspensions are pretty much all Superior. So it's got it's a 2-inch lift with Superior Hyperflex coils. It's got the monotube 2.0 shocks. These are 11.5 inch in the rear and 12 inch in the front. It's got a 6-inch extended brake line. We've got the obviously the ARB locker, it's the air lines you can see there. We've got all the arms and rods are all heavy duty. Upper arms are adjustable. I think that's pretty much it for the rear. Oh, and we've obviously got with the rear coils, just got retainers, drop out cones up the top, And we've also put from Superior Engineering the 80 series rear bump stops. They fit really well. And then we've also got the, I can't remember if they call it the Superflex or the Hyperflex rear sway bar, which comes with the little brackets to remount where the top of the sway bar goes. That was pretty easy to fit. The tail shaft has been flipped around to fit in. The exhaust is just a 3-inch that dumps just before the diff. It's just got one muffler and one resonator in it. There's the screamer pipe. So that's that. So standard Nissan transfer case, and then you can sort of see it there. It's the best angle, I suppose. That's the adapter plate that goes between the ZF and the Nissan transfer case. We got that from Sunshine Coast Patrols. Worked beautifully, and that means you're able to pick up the original gearbox crossmember mounts, use your original tail shaft, everything. So it worked really well. Highly recommend that one. We've got the 5-link front end from PSR, beg your pardon, from PSR. Again, that was another thing that just went straight in as advertised, worked really well. And then what else have we got up here? Again, all the steering arms and everything here are all heavy duty. And then in the front we've got the same shocks and springs. So again, it's 2-inch with except these are the 12-inch shocks in the front. Again, the 2.0s with the remote res. In the front diff, we're running one of the auto lockers, the company that's, you know, LOKKA locker, sometimes called lunchbox lockers, and got all sorts of names. But that's been in the car probably 6 4-wheel drive trips now, and I've also had one in my Hilux for 6 months in that car, and I've been really happy with them. So yeah, it's copying a flogging in this car, but so far it's all holding up. So if we go around to the front, and we're running I forgot to mention before, running the Raslarr GU new style Azza bar, I think it's called. We just put one recovery point on there. So here's the bottom of the motor. So when you're doing these conversions, the FG sump is ideal, because it means you can still run a dipstick, and the sump's in a better position for your exhaust. Now we use the Castlemaine Rod Shop engine mounts. If I had my time again, I wouldn't use anything from Castlemaine Rod Shop. I would have gone, there's a few companies that pick up the original FG mounts, which I think are a hydraulic mount, so they'll be a lot better. But these mounts, I'll see if I can get the camera up there to show you. But again, these have been in the car only 3 or 4 months, and you can see that bush has almost completely failed. So it's, yeah, the quality of their stuff's pretty disappointing, to be honest, and I wouldn't recommend it. And have my time again, I definitely wouldn't use them. Just wanted to show this one too. So we've got the road safe steering arms on the front of this car. A combined retail, I think they're up around like, they're over $1,000 for the 2 arms. Again, these have been on the car for not long, and look at the free play in the ball joint already. The guy from Road Safe came out and had a look at them, and he offered to actually replace them and give us new tie rod ends, but the fact that they'd literally been on the car like 4 trips, I didn't have much faith in the product. So we're going to try the Superior one. So I'm giving these ones back, and we're going to get our money back for them. And we're going to give the Superior ones a go, because yeah, I feel that the heavy duty ones should have lasted a little bit longer than 4 trips before all the tie rod ends had that much free play in them. And I was talking before just quickly about the PCMTEC tuning software, but part of the multifunction tuning, we can hit a little button down here, and we'll flick over onto another tune. So now we've got ghost cams enabled. And we've also got a spark up rev limiter, which you should see. Go, Sean! So there's spark up rev limiter and ghost cam, all part of the multifunction tuning from PCMTEC. That really works brilliant. It's a lot of fun to play with. Well, that's pretty much it for this car, guys. If there's any queries or questions, or you want to know how we did something or made something work, just send a message and we'll see if we can help you out with anything. See you in the bush.